we show it to you. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long time. We haven't been we haven't been that active. As you know, Lisa and I were a little bit older and we had some health challenges that we had to get through, but we're back and we're better than ever. And starting 2025 off, we're starting it with this bad boy. This is a 2024 Segway SX10. It is a 1000cc two-seater side-by-side that we picked up actually about 2 weeks ago now. We went to Pennsylvania and that's where we picked it up. We had a little bit of troubles finding one, but the dealership in Pennsylvania was actually having an incredible sale. These things are usually about 18 and we got this for just a little over 13. So it was brand spanking new. It's got about 20 miles on it now. We've run through some trails, run through some puddles to see how it performs. Of course, as you know, we have a Razor Trail, so this is a little bit different than the Razor Trail. It's a 64-inch wide as opposed to a 50, though ours is about 54. It's a 1000cc. It's a little bit heavier, but it's a fun machine so far, I gotta tell you. It's the one thing that we noticed right off the bat is the way you sit in the cockpit. Let me open this door here. It comes with the 4-point harness. We added a fan, and I gotta tell you, that fan's gonna go in the Razor with us. It's gonna go everywhere with us. It makes all the difference in the world. But the seats are a little bit deeper. You sit a little bit lower, so your legs, like I used to get a little sore in the Razor on long rides. So far, mind you, we've only gone about 20 miles. I haven't felt anything like that. We'll know a lot more because in the weeks to come, we're heading up to Maine and we're going to be doing a ride up in Maine. It comes standard with the beadlock wheels. These are 29-inch wheels. They handle everything. I've heard people go, oh yeah, well, I'm going to put on 32s. I can go up to 35. The clutch can handle 35. I'm finding that these are doing absolutely everything that I've asked it to do. I'm in no hurry to change them out. And I may just run them. The shocks on this thing are beautiful. It's got the longer travel A-arms compared to the 50-inch. And so we really notice it when we're on off canter. We feel much more stable. The fit and finish on this, they come in different styles. You can get a high gloss black, a high gloss silver. There's a white and red. This is a satin. They have a particular matte black. Matte black. I kind of like the satin, but I like this look better than all of them. You know, that's just my taste. The fit and finish, you know, where they completed everything inside the wheel wells so that it's all enclosed, I think has made a huge difference. The way they took the running boards, if you want to call them that, rock bangers, and made it look like it was part of the framework, I think it was quite a unique design feature. Ours, when they come standard, they just have this top door here where it says Segway. We had these, they actually threw them in on the deal. I love the clear. You can actually get solid ones that you cannot see through. I prefer being able to see through because you've seen our videos, at least I'd like to think you have. You know that our trails up in the woods here are really tight, and you know, these doors have helped me a lot trying to get around big rocks and old stumps and stuff. The shocks on the back are serious shocks, and they're very adjustable. They seem to be really high quality. Segway didn't spare anything when it came to the suspension. The rear arms, the way they've designed them is really nice. We've bumped a couple times on them, and they haven't even flinched at. The only thing that I could say, if I was going to gripe about anything, is when you put your foot into this thing, it is so loud. It's crazy loud. I hear that they're going to come out with an aftermarket that is quieter. But I'm thinking, you know, if it affects the performance, I'd rather just put up with a little bit of noise.
And the 2025 is supposed to be quieter, but you lose any kind of trunk space.
Right. So in the back, I don't know if you've seen other videos, there are these compartments that you just open up and you can put stuff in them.
We have toilet paper.
Yeah, well, you know, bears aren't the only ones that go in the woods. To find a fitted bag that actually fits the contour of this box is about $600 or $700.
No, the fitted bag comes out of Russia. It's plastic, and it's $800 with shipping.
$800 with shipping. I've seen other people that have put on a tire rack that comes up here that closes down, and you put your tire on top. Again, those were uber expensive.
$700.
So we just went to our friends at Kemimoto, and we got this little bag, and you know, this little cargo net off of eBay as well, or maybe Walmart.
Amazon.
Batting 1,000 here.
I know. But eventually I do want to get the tire rack. The tire rack is really cool.
Yeah, it's uber cool. I just get nervous about moving these things around. I just don't know enough about shock reservoir systems to be moving those around. I don't know if air pockets would develop or whatever. This seems to work for us, and it didn't cost a lot of money.
No, it did not.
The one thing that I don't like about it, if I was going to say what I don't like about the Segway, is the headlights. They're really bright headlights. They're really nice headlights, but they're forward facing. So again, when you get into our trails where it's twisty and turny, you know,
at night,
and you're trying to do hard lefts and hard rights, it's hard to see.
Yeah,
it's hard to see. So, you know, some driving lights maybe in the future. We call this thing Night Fury, because if you come to the front, excuse me, we think it looks like that movie.
It looks like Toothless.
It looks like Toothless from How to Train a Dragon.
I wanted a name but Toothless, but nobody else seemed to.
Toothless is a stupid name.
No.
So our daughter, who is a walking encyclopedia, says, well, you know, the type of dragon that Toothless is a Night Fury. And I'm like, there you go. There's its name, Night Fury. It came with a 4,500 pound winch. It is cordless, so I could stand out here. I could sit up in a tree and I could bring my winch in and out.
It's also has a cord though, just in case the cordless thing craps out.
There are skid plates that run from approximately here right to about here. And you know, we've bumped them a couple times. They seem to be able to take the hit. It came standard with the roof as well. So we got the Segway windshield. I did not want another folding windshield. As you know, I have the folding windshield on the Razor, and that line going across here where the hinge is, water just pours in when you're caught in a deluge, and New England is famous for heavy rains. So I was not interested in a folder at all. So we got this that has this vent system on it that you can open and close accordingly. Of course, right now it is summertime,
and it gets very hot in here.
So we have these vents wide open. It also gives you a good place if you want to tie down your windshield. I'm going to be tying it down because I've noticed these clamps every once in a while come loose.
Pop open, yeah.
Again, you know, we ride pretty bumpy stuff, so I'm not surprised they pop open. So I'm, you know, when we travel next week, I'm going to run a strap down to the old poop bar, as I call it.
No, oh yeah.
And
I'm not going to say what I call it.
Yeah. And you know, that should hold the windshield on. We put a back window on. Was it Kemimoto we got that from?
No, Super Amazon,
ATV.
But it's a Super ATV.
And you know, when you watch the video on how to install this, they say you got to manhandle it. They were correct. You know, we fiddled and fussed with it a little bit. We watched the videos and
thought about sending it back.
And then the last little bit where he says, well, I got it on, and what you had to do was manhandle it. I was like, okay, let's go manhandle this son of a sea cook. And sure enough, it popped right in. I guess it realized by that point we were meant business. Power steering, locking steering. It's got 3 different settings for the steering and the acceleration. There's an econo mode and a sport mode, so depending on the type of ATVing you're doing, it depends on how you're setting it. So if you're just trail riding, you'd have it on one setting. If you're rock climbing, you'd have it on another. These are your headlights, your marker lights, your main high beam, low beam, signal lights, the call a tow truck lights.
Which we hope we don't need to use.
Over here is your horn. And then these 2 buttons over here are your settings. Tilt steering. It's got a, what is that, an Android?
It's an Android tablet, and it has maps on it and
It's got
some
radio and
other
stuff.
screens. It has a radio, but here's the kicker: there's no speakers, so it kind of really doesn't make sense to have the radio. But I guess you could put speakers in.
Well, I think the way they did it originally was that it came into your helmet.
Yes, you
Because
can. It comes into your helmet.
There's a button here that says PTT, and we're like, what the hell is that? Post-traumatic trail disorder? What is that? You press that to get psychiatric help, but it's push to talk to
Yeah.
go from helmet to helmet.
Yeah, so that's what the radio is really for, is for you to have it in your helmet. The mapping on this isn't great. I don't think there's a GPS chip in it, so you have to download the maps on Wi-Fi, and then you could use them once you download them. I think we're just going to use a separate tablet and go that direction.
Like we do with the Razor.
Yeah, like we do with the Razor.
But all in all, so far it's been a fun machine. The first question I get asked by everyone is, do I like it better than the Razor? And
Razor Trail.
yeah, it's a Razor Trail. And to be honest with you, I can't answer that question. At least not at this time. There are things that I really like about this machine. But like when we get up into these tight woods, and I've said this on other videos, when I'm running with the crew that have their big Razor 1000s, I'm on my Trail 900. If I choose to leave them behind on these trails, it's pretty easy for me to do that because it is so narrow, it is so nimble. And that 900 motor is a killer motor in that Razor. I have no regrets buying that Razor whatsoever. I think on the open, out on the trails, doing long runs, I think that this would be more comfortable. I went up a Rock Bluff, was it last weekend?
Last weekend, or the weekend before.
One of our very first rides, and I went on a trail that I've never been on before in a group ride, and there was this Rock Bluff, probably, maybe not quite as tall as me. And, the first time I bumped it and rolled back down, the second time, I gave it a little bit more enthusiasm, and up we went. I am not convinced that the Razor would have made it up that. I think the wheelbase was too small for the Razor to have gotten up that trail. I could be wrong. Maybe I can go out there with the Razor and try it, but I'm in no hurry to break it.
No, we are not.
But yeah, it's a fun machine. The cons, it's loud. The headlights aren't super special. For the tight turn scenarios, going straight, they're absolutely fine.
Tablet's not great.
Everybody raves about the 4-point restraints. I really don't do really crazy stuff, so I was really actually okay with the seatbelt. The 4-point restraints, I find, you get hot sitting in that seat. But I love the steering, I love the response, I love the way this thing has actually handled so far. We've gone through a couple wetlands, we've gone up some tight trails, and like I said, probably 20 times now, I ride with a group of Razors, and this thing will do absolutely everything that those 1000s do. Those Razors are not going to leave this behind. I think the Razors would eventually walk away from the trail, but I don't think they're going to walk away from this. I don't regret buying it at all. I can't wait to explore the trails up in Maine and get to know this Segway a little bit more.
And what I wanted to say too is the trunk system. What I don't like about it is the trunk system in the razors have the holes where you can put the things in to secure stuff in them. I don't know what they call them, but
Yeah, they have that
they have
Polaris
some
secure system.
yeah, something like that. This one we're like tied to the bar over there, and then I bought these Velcro things on eBay. We're tied to that, and you know, that's one of the downsides with this is I really don't care for you didn't have this right, Ed, for the tie down system. I gotta get that out, it's getting too warm. But I do like the little compartments. I mean, they're not big, but you can put, you know, small things in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, overall, you know, I like the fit and finish. I think the attention to detail is fabulous.
I like that you can't get mud up in here.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess you could get it in there.
You know what? We could try hard and see if we can.
No, let's not.
But yeah, it's a fun machine. Like I said, I don't have any buyer's regret. I love that it has signal lights. I love that it has a horn. Those are things I didn't have on the Razor. There were times when we would actually be on the road on the Razor in PA, and you know, I wished I'd had them because I'm resorting to hand signals when there was a car behind us. But I think that's about it for our intro. I think this is getting long, and I want to go eat pizza and have a beer. So, until next time, come on back to Mudhawk. See us up in Maine. Be safe.